Hi, my name is Shelby Kyles, and welcome once again to my mental monologue. I'm going to talk about certain things today, especially about the 4th of July, which was yesterday. But I just wanted to state some things because I noticed some things around the city, which is people who were out there protesting and rioting now out there celebrating the 4th of July. I find it to be ridiculous, stupid, and I feel your cause was worthless if you went out there protesting and rioting and you decided to go live it up and buy a bunch of fireworks and eat apple pie and celebrate the 4th of July. I believe that there was no real thought into you going out and rioting if you decided to celebrate the 4th of July. What happened on 4th of July was what needs to happen right now. The whole thing with the colonials and separating ourselves from England was a test of bravery at that time, and lots of other different events were occurring at that time to change the country and making a constitution and making a nation that what we got now. What's going on out in the streets today compared to what happened in the 16, 1700s is a nation ready to crumble, fall apart, destroy itself. So many issues is going on, it makes no sense, but the truth of the matter is this: you got to make a full change, 100% change, not a half-ass 50% or 45% change or even 20% change, which happened after the Civil War. I mean, come on, we had a Civil War where free, black people, slaves were free, but yet they were still treated less than human. A lot of them didn't know how to read. A lot of them couldn't purchase things. They didn't understand mathematical things. You know, and the thing that bothers me the most about it was it took another, 50 or something years until maybe more until the civil rights movement came around and changed everything. Not accurate on time periods, but either way, my point is this: that the civil rights movement gave them the freedom that they really needed, that they should have had after Lincoln's War. And I say Lincoln's War because it was pretty much made by Lincoln to free slaves, but at the same time, what came after that was, I think it's the 13th or 14th Amendment, which allows people to be enslaved through prison. And right now, we got more black people in prison than we ever had slaves. So, figure it out. It was just a loophole to try to have slavery in a different sense, because everybody in prison is like $1,000 a head. So every person in there is worth $1,000 every day. Every day they were sitting in the prison or a jail cell, they're worth $1,000. Depending on the crime, maybe some are worth 50,000. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got serial killers out there; they could be worth 100 grand because they're a threat to community. So you set the price high. Then you got places like Airmart and all these little affiliate organizations that bring foods into the prisons, and they're making money off of every tray these guys eat. you know. And then the funny thing that you guys don't recognize is there's products being made in prison, furniture, and these prisoners are working their ass off building this shit, and they only get like 50 cents a day, or you know 20 cents a day or some shit like that for working in that place building furniture for you guys. And then that shit comes out on the streets. They sell the furniture for more than what the prisoner made it for, and the prisoner sees none of this money. And it's the same thing with uh, other different types of arts and crafts and supposed jobs in prison, where they only you know do it to try to make profit off the prisoners. The prisoners are like free workers. You know, I remember a thing where they had a crochet program in prison, and it was supposedly help make little clothes for kids on the streets. But then at the same time, they were making some kind of profit off of it. But the thing was, the outside people were willing to give these people parties or little meals or things to make them feel good. So they realize that they're still human. But the problem with so many different things when it comes to this prison stuff is that it's a mind numbing, changing event that changes a person and seeing things a different way. Because you got your darkest and your sickest of people in prison, but you gotta understand there's a lot of people who are wrongly accused. Just people, mostly people who don't understand the law. I mean, if you're out running around on a normal day-to-day basis and you're shopping and you're doing everything, you don't think about legal systems and the whole thing about criminalism and all the crap that police do. You just think, oh, I gotta go shopping, I gotta get a kid something, I gotta go make sure I can get some, you know, weed or something to drink so I can enjoy whatever the hell it is I'm trying to do. You're just thinking about being a normal, regular ass person. And because that lack of knowledge, a person ends up in prison when something does occur. And because of this, I believe it's a thing where we have to go out and teach the children the legal systems. And we got to teach them the history of the government and the history of this nation. To bring in so many words and bring it all the way back full circle, it's time to make an education that can change the people, educate people on why there's a 4th of July, educate people on why there should be a new system, changing things, okay? People are out there protesting and fighting because of cops. But once again, it goes back to the legal system, like I said, because it's protesting these riots. What's the purpose? I mean, I understand the protest, marching and stuff. That's what Martin Luther King did. That's what the whole civil rights movement was about. But here's the flaw in all that. Something that people forgot about. And it's talked about all the time. If you know your black history, the whole thing with the boycotts of buses, because they couldn't let people sit in the front of the buses. And this happened in the South. It didn't really happen here in Oregon. Oregon didn't have that issue. Blacks could pretty much sit wherever the hell we want. But the difference is that they boycotted to make change. And the reason why it made change is because it said, hey, we don't have to use your stupid buses. We don't have to give you money. And then by doing so, it hurts the business. It hurts that company. And it stops them from doing what they do to people and putting an eye on the negative and the ugliness of the company. And so while I'm saying this, I want you to understand this. Everybody's out here rioting. They're destroying things. There's an arcade around the corner from me. And it's a retro thing. They try to bring it back, all the old school games from people from my generation, Generation X, look at it and go, hey, I remember playing this. I remember Centipede. I remember playing Mario and Tetris and all this shit. But anyway, the place serves alcohol at night. Kids can't come in at night. But during the day, kids go in there. The parents bring them in. Hey, this is a game I used to play, son. Hey, daughter, you might love this game. So, but the thing that pisses me off is that these rioters went out and they destroyed a place like that. So now the place is boarded up. They put a lot of, art on there to represent their feelings about what's going on right now. And instead of being hateful or vendative about it, they were just, on the same cause. But here's the thing. You guys should have been rioting and destroying places that are ran by the government of your state, your local branches of government. Those are the places that should have been targeted, not just local places, mom and pop shops, and all this crap. And here in Oregon, the main thing that they're trying to, riot towards is the weed stores and all this other crazy nonsense. There's a bank, and the thing I'm furious about is this bank helped people get their lives together. It went to the homeless shelter, offered bank accounts to homeless people, to start an open account for like $20. You can't beat that. No charges or fees or nothing. Just a $20 saving account. Same thing. 25 for I think it was for a checking account, and that's a good thing. But they destroyed that place, and there was only one of that bank. Why not destroy the ones that's got big corporations like U.S. Bank or Bank of America? It's ridiculous. And it shouldn't be tolerated at any point. So people need to reassess their lives.